Hello everybody and welcome to the Weekly Report. Before we jump into this week, there's one quick note. Our weekly reports are available in a number of different places, including YouTube and over on our blog. But it's our blog I wanted to mention today. By popular demand, we've added a few things to our posts on randallriley.com to make it easier and more convenient for you. For each weekly report blog post, you'll find the video itself, an audio player should you just want to listen to the report, as well as a full transcript of everything I say, and a download covering all of the data for the week. And starting this week, we'll also feature a numbers at a glance section. Now that's going to compress and summarize all of the big takeaways in an easy to read visual format for those of you who just prefer that. So if you haven't checked out the report over on our blog at randallriley.com, I'd encourage you to give it a look-see. All right, now let's get to this week's report. This week in job board searches and clicks. Job board activity held steady while clicks dropped. Postings for student or inexperienced drivers saw an increase in searches, but a decrease in clicks, while postings for experienced drivers decreased in both searches and clicks. As mentioned, truck driver searches were flat with no change week over week, but they were up 7% month over month and 72% year over year. Clicks on truck driver postings were down 9% week over week, up 10% month over month, and down 42% year over year. This week in freight. A new record was set as truckstop.com load volume rose by 14% week over week. Load postings rose for each of the three key segments. Dry van was up 20% week over week, refrigerated was up 20% week over week, and flatbed was up 10% week over week. It should also be noted that flatbed volume is now at a record level. Truck postings dropped 5% week over week, and postings for each of our three key segments fell as the ratio of loads to trucks in the truckstop.com system jumped to the third highest level ever. Spot rates were up 4 cents a mile. This marks the first increase in spot rates for the year of 2021. Flatbed rates were the largest increase week over week, rising by 7 cents. Now, freight remains way up and driver capacity is as tight as ever. This means that lead costs and hire costs will most likely increase. Fleets cannot afford to miss a driver that's in the market, so be prepared to compete. Now for our story of the week. As we've mentioned before here on our weekly report, in 2020, we saw fundamental shifts in consumer behavior and purchasing trends. This resulted in a high level of freight volatility, but freight demand finished strong and sets up 2021 for a great start. The increase in e-commerce has given a major tailwind to the transportation market. 2020 also saw a decrease in available drivers that has not only challenged capacity, but it has led to the increase in spot and contract rates. Truck purchases and the desire for new drivers remains high, but catching back up, it's going to take some time. Attractive economics and growth trends should benefit carriers throughout the year of 2021. Asset-based full truckload carriers should expect to continue to see positive pricing trends and loads. And LTL should expect to continue to see FTL spillover on top of their already strong pricing dynamics. Overall, it looks to be a great year for trucking, but drivers will be difficult to come by. We here at Randall Riley will be keeping an eye on any stimulus movement as it could affect the number of drivers leaving the market. And that's it for this week's report. As I mentioned at the top, if you haven't already, maybe head over to the blog at randallriley.com where you can find all of the new stuff that we've put in there for you. And see you next week. Bye, everybody.